It's officially wild card weekend in NFL, and we're going to look at every game this weekend and pick who's going to win, who's going to advance, and also look at the spreads of these games. So the first one, the Los Angeles Rams start us off at the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are plus 10.5. Now keep in mind that this is a game in which the Rams did lose earlier in the regular season. A lot of unforced errors by Matthew Stafford through a pair of interceptions. One of them was actually a pick six. But in this game, what we've seen from the Panthers over this season is when they play a team a second time, obviously divisional opponent, they usually struggle. They beat the Falcons pretty handily in both appearances, but Bryce Young destroys the Falcons. The second time against the Saints, the Panthers lost. The second time against the Bucks, the Panthers lost. And in each scenario, their offense looked really bad. Rico Dowdle is not playing good football anymore. They don't really seem to have a running game anymore like they did in the middle of the season. McMillan's a great receiver, but they don't have anyone else to take pressure off of him in the receiving game. I expect the Rams defense to keep the Panthers in check offensively. And then on the flip side, we did see the Panthers defense be very opportunistic against the Rams in their first go round, but the Rams did put up a lot of points against them still. With Devontae Adams being back, with Blake Corum rounding into form, something that he wasn't like the first time around. The Rams have all sorts of weapons with their great offensive line, with arguably the MVP Matthew Stafford, the best player in the NFC at minimum from a MVP voting standpoint. I expect the Rams to go out there and win this game pretty handily. I'm going to say the Rams win 27 to 10 over the Carolina Panthers. Next game, the Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears, and the Packers are minus 1.5 at Chicago. And when I look at this game, this is a series that was split. This was a series that had a lot of ups and downs. The This year, a lot of just like fourth quarter comebacks by Chicago and a lot of thrills. And when I look at teams and talk about how good are they? Can they go win the Super Bowl? Can they contend in the Super Bowl? My big question is, do they have an elite unit? Do they have an elite quarterback? Do they have an elite receiving core, defensive line, etc.? And so when Green Bay lost Micah Parsons, they dropped out of contention because they went from having that elite unit, which was their linebacking core, with Quay Walker, Edgerrin Cooper, Micah Parsons, and Rashawn Gary, to it's just really good. Their team is really good, but they lack elite. And when I look at the Bears, this is a younger team. They're over exceeding. They've won a lot of one-score games this year. And I expect Green Bay to go out there with their experienced playoff quarterback in Jordan Love, with Matt LaFleur, who's been there a few times, and beat the Bears in Chicago at Soldier Field. I like the Packers defense still. Now, my concern is going to be their secondary. But that's the thing. The Bears offensively, they don't have anything that's elite, in my opinion, or even great, right? Like Roma Dunze's coming back. He's solid. They have DJ Moore, who's been quiet. They have Luther Burden, who's come around and turn a corner. But can he keep that up? Can he? I'm not sure if he can. The running game is good, but it's okay. And because of that, I expect the Packers to win this game against the Bears. I trust in Jordan Love. I trust in his receivers, especially with Christian Watson playing. When he's out there, he's their safety blanket and it opens up a lot more in this receiving game for the Green Bay Packers. So I think they're gonna put up enough points offensively and keep things in rhythm. And they've shut down the Bears offensively in both showcases, right? The Bears have barely put up points. They don't convert a lot of touchdowns against Green Bay and the two games they played this year. But most importantly, it's coming down to the experience aspect and the fact that the Packers have been there before and they have done it before. So I'm going Packers winning the game. I believe the Packers will cover the 1.5 point spread. And it's going to be another low scoring affair. I think the Packers win it like 24 to 17, the third game of the wild card weekend, the first one on Sunday, Bills at Jags. And this is a toss-up game. Jags are plus 1.5. They're at home. They're an underdog favorite. Liam Cohen's embracing that. And this is a game where the Bills are sort of limping into it. Josh Allen hasn't looked like himself the past couple of weeks after being hurt against the Cleveland Browns. Jacksonville looks like the hottest team in football. Trevor Lawrence playing his best stretch of football in his entire NFL career. And that's impressive to say because he was a top 10 MVP finalist, number seven to be exact, his second year under Doug Peterson, his first year under Doug Peterson, second year in the NFL. And so when looking at this game, I look at the offense of the Bills versus the defense of the Jags. And the Jags' defense is very opportunistic. The Bills' offense is really Josh Allen reliant, but it's a thumping offense. And like to run the ball, and you can trust in Josh Allen to make big plays, be mobile, and hit players like Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox for big plays down the field. And so Jacksonville has one of the best rush defenses in the NFL, and that's what the Bills try and thrive off of, running the ball with Josh Allen, especially James Cook, the leading rusher in the AFC. And when I look at this game, it's like, okay, well, Jacksonville probably should have Buffalo beat on that end of it. Like, yes, Josh Allen was an MVP last year, and yes, when healthy, he's insane. But Jacksonville can stop the run. Their linebackers like Devin Lloyd can cover well. I like their safeties. They can probably match up against Kincaid and Dawson Knox relatively well. And then you got Greg Newsome out there. How's he going to do? And Jordan Lewis should be able to cover Khalil Shakir somewhat well. And so it's like Buffalo's just missing that receiver they've been missing for many seasons now. So we'll look at the other side of the ball. And Jacksonville, they can go pass game with Jacoby Myers, Brian Thomas Jr., and they can also run the ball well with Travis Etienne. But they're not like elite at anything. They're just again really good at it. And we look at this Buffalo defense, they're not very good either. So what I'm saying is on either side of the ball, Jacksonville has the advantage, right? They have the better receiving core to outduel the corners of Buffalo that have been struggling immensely. They have a good running game with Travis Etienne and Byshell too, and that's something that Buffalo has struggled against immensely. They can't stop the run. On the flip side, the Jags can stop the run. The Bills can run the ball, but can they do enough in the passing game to alleviate any pressure off of James Cook? All in all, this is a game that Jacksonville should win, but I am going with the Buffalo Bills to go out there and win this game because I do think that Josh Allen can excel. I do think Josh Allen is himself. I think he will be playing good football again against Jacksonville after having that week off this past week against the Jets. And I think that their offensive line with Deion Dawkins there and Edwards and Spencer Brown, they should protect Allen and give him time in the pocket. I don't really see Trayvon Walker nor Josh Hines Allen being true edge rushing threats against Buffalo. And I do think Allen, in his experience out there, I know Trevor has it, but Allen, he knows like this whole season, I guess it's not necessarily the playoff experience. I mean, this whole season of going against teams and having to put the Superman cape on. I do think Allen's going to be able to go out there and deliver and do that again. So I'm going Bills to win this game. I'm going to go with the Bills winning this game 21 to 16. Then the fourth game, the second game of that week or that day, the 49ers at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are -4.5 against the 49ers. Trent Williams is questionable to play. We do not know if he's going to be playing. Christian McCaffrey will be playing. Ricky Pearsall, questionable to be playing. Brock Purdy has been looking really good. He obviously did not have a great performance against Seattle to end the season off. But with that said, I do think he played well. Statistically, doesn't pop off, but there just wasn't a lot of plays to be made. What Philly has shown us is they can win down and dirty, and their defense, no matter what, they always show up and show out. I like Philadelphia's defense. They're the most talented team. The Eagles talked about them, the most talented team in the NFC. Jalen Hurts, again, there's so much more to be desired in this passing attack. But we see a banged up 49ers defense. We see Saquon Barkley. We see that offensive line. We see Hurts and his mobility. We see A.J. Brown. We see the receiving threats that Philadelphia has. This is a team to me that will go out there and win this game 24 to 10, 24 to 13. I don't see how the 49ers can establish anything on an offensive side against this Philadelphia defense. Christian McCaffrey has not been the running back he has been in years past when it comes to yards per carry. Purdy is good, but this Eagles secondary is great. I don't think the 49ers have the receiving threats to get open for Purdy to deliver throws to. That's half the battle. In the past couple weeks or before the Seahawks game, where Purdy was dicing up two stellar defenses, or like really good defenses, I should say, his receivers are able to get open and be available to make plays. I don't think that the 49ers will be able to get any separation off of Kenyon Mitchell and off of Cooper DeJean and the secondary of the Philadelphia Eagles. So I think the Eagles defense will shut down this 49ers offense, and the Eagles offense, what they've shown us all year long is they can always do enough. They can always put up enough points. It's always like, well, they should have put up 30, but they only put up 24, but 24 wins them the game. They could have put up 24, but they only put up 14. Well, 14 wins the game. That's what I think is going to happen again. Maybe the Eagles have more opportunities to put up more points, but ultimately they're going to score more than the 49ers. I have them winning 24 to 13 over San Francisco. The Sunday night football game, the Chargers at the Patriots. Patriots -3.5. I don't have much to say about this game other than the Chargers are a horrible football team with no receivers who can get open, with a terrible offensive line and no run game. Herbert's good, but he's not stout. He's not elite. And the Patriots, they find a way to have things clicking offensively. Drake May looks like the MVP right now. A ton of weapons receiving. backfield. O-line is fully healthy. They're going to trample this team. Chargers will put up probably a couple impressive stops defensively. They always do under Jesse Minter. But I don't see the Chargers scoring many points against this Patriots defense, in part because the Patriots defense is good and the Chargers offense stinks. I have the Patriots winning this game 27-13, 30-13. Just they're putting up a lot more points. And I think it's going to get very ugly in the fourth quarter of the Patriots beating and covering the -3.5 against the Chargers. Last but not least, Houston -3 at Pittsburgh. I hope Pittsburgh wins. I'm putting that out there. I think it's awesome to see Aaron Rodgers playing the way he's playing. He's a ton of fun to watch. He's amazing. He's fun. He makes great throws. He's finding his players. He's playing with that energy still. He has moments of like that's 2020, 2021 MVP, back-to-back MVP Aaron Rodgers. But ultimately, this Houston's defense is incredible. And the problem with Pittsburgh's offense, which has been shown all year long, is that they don't have another receiving threat outside DK Metcalf. All the attention will be given to Metcalf. And then Lassiter is going to be able to clamp up whoever else is out there, whether it's Adam Thielen or Calvin Austin or MVS playing wide receiver two. You got Peachy, you got Stingley, physical DBs who can keep up and match up well with DK. The Houston defensive line, I don't know if it's going to be a huge factor because Rodgers gets the ball out very quickly, but that's what I'm really looking at. The DBs, they should have an easy time defending this receiving core of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the other thing to note is our linebackers for Houston are they're great and they can cover well. So again, I don't expect Freiermuth to go out there and have a huge game, or heck, even Warren and Gainwell, they can get theirs. But I think come the second half, Houston will be able to make the needed adjustments and keep those guys in check. On the flip side, Houston doesn't have an elite this, that, the other, but Nico Collins has proven and Jalen Noel has proven and Higgins has proven that they can make plays throughout the game for CJ Stroud. Stroud is still a very capable quarterback, despite what people may say. This Pittsburgh's defensive line isn't as world beater as imagined, so I think Houston can put up points against Pittsburgh if Houston winning this game 20-13. Those are my wild card picks. Let me know what you guys think. Ultimately, I think my Super Bowl pick will be the Denver Broncos against the Philadelphia Eagles. But I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.